Hey YouTube, this is my first YouTube video. My name's Elson, and I want to tell the story how Jesus came to save me, and this is my testimony. So, this might be maybe a little bit too long or a lot of things happening, but it all started like when I was, I guess, a kid. I don't know, maybe like middle school and in elementary school, like I was bullied um, by someone, and I don't know, and then I kind of got like depressed, and then in high school same thing, not really bullied, but like I was always just trying to fit in and didn't know anyone, and I felt like alone. But even though like when I was younger as well, like during middle school, elementary school, like I would go to church. I was raised Catholic, and I would go to Sunday school, and yeah, pray and go to classes and things like that. But after that, eventually it came to middle school. Was still doing it, but then high school, I guess like I turned away from it. Not don't know the reason why, but yeah, like high school was just like a phase, I guess, where I was like not knowing what to do and still was kind of finding myself. And I never felt like confident in the way I looked, because I was like fat or obese, and I always cared about what people thought of me. Like like I was scared to be judged, and I guess it was like maybe I took it a little too far. 'Cause at a certain point, like I was a little bit suicidal, maybe in high school, and like I thought about it maybe a few times, but I didn't go through with it because I was scared, and yeah, just a lot of like I don't know, like maybe things going on. Um, Regarding my sister as well, like my mom didn't really like accept her for the things that she was doing, and I was defending my sister, and then I remember like I was like the only child, I guess, that like kind of like my mom looked up to, and then like so I felt that pressure of just like I need to be like a perfect son or a perfect kid, and it was hard because I still remember like every time like my mom would be saying something about my sister, like it made me like sad, mad, and like so many emotions. And I wish I could have done more things, but I was younger and she's older than me. But I mean, obviously, like I know we can't do anything about the past, just kind of focus on the present and the future. But then high school, like I never watched porn. I guess like for my porn addiction, I did have a porn addiction. I think like maybe a year ago, and it was like really bad. But I found porn. I know it's kind of weird, but I found porn until like maybe I was in high school, middle school. Like I knew what it was, but I didn't care about all that. But when I got older, I guess like just people were just talking about it, and then I got like intrigued, and like my mind, the people surrounded me with like this types of videos, and then I got like into porn like that at a late age, like maybe like around like 16, 17, which I know it's kind of like old for like the average, but yeah. And then so that's like still like the beginning of like this porn addiction. But so then so I went to college. um College was helped out in different ways, like kind of showing me like what I had to do in the world, or like what was my goal. And when I was still doing that, I still didn't know what to do. Like I was still struggling and didn't have like a goal in mind. But I kept failing classes. I still kept trying to fit in because I just felt like no one like I wanted to be liked by everyone. That's what I was trying to get at. And I know that I kind of understand that like not everyone's gonna like you, not everyone's gonna kind of be cool with you. I've learned to accept that because after college, I got to university, and that's where I guess like my porn addiction became worse, and also me trying to fit in. And this like a year ago, but a year ago, so like I was drinking alcohol. I was trying to fit in like with everyone else, like the whole like college or like university phase, and I didn't really look into it as much. So I just people just invited me and I just went for it, and I did not like the feeling of being too drunk and doing all these crazy things, but I just wanted people to like me, and I guess like force things that weren't even there, and kind of messed up like friendships, relationships. And during university as well, like I was agnostic. Like there'll be times where I'm just like, is there really a God there? And then I became agnostic. Like, oh, I believe there's something there, but I wasn't sure because I hadn't seen anything. And yeah, I just kept going through it, just kept drinking, and then like the porn as well. Like it was bad that like it wasn't so bad, but it was pretty bad. And for me, in my opinion, yeah, it would get into my sleeping habits. Like sometimes I would just be sleeping until like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and just maybe sleep like get like 2 3 hours of sleep, which I know is terrible. And but slowly I started getting better at it. But then again, like I fall back into it. I kind of like on and off. But after that, like what helped me was the gym. The gym has helped me mentally, and I was still, mind you, I was still like still felt alone, even though I had like friends, but I still felt alone and not knowing where I was going. But so like this was like 2 3 years ago. I started going to a gym, and I didn't like the way I looked. I was obese. I wore like 250, I think I was, and then now I feel more confident. And it was process, but it took me a while to get to it, to where at least where I'm at now. But even though like the gym did help me be confident, be like mentally stable, and like not really care about what people think, it still wasn't enough. It helped, don't get me wrong. Gym helped, but it still wasn't enough. I still felt like there was something missing, some like I still felt alone. Because a year ago from today, like I went to therapy and they told me that like I was in deep depression, and which I never thought, which I really found it weird. But I told her my story, and then or my therapist the story, and then she was telling me that I was like in really like deep depression, because there was at a certain point a few nights when I just like, damn, like what do I don't know what I want to do with my life. Like I don't even know what's my goal. Like I felt like I had nothing going for me. I felt like I had no one. Felt alone, and it was just like sad. Like I felt like, what am I supposed to do? Like what was my purpose? And it sucked like being in that situation. But I still kept going forward and seeing what the world had for me. But this happened. It's like 3 4 months ago. I was still watching porn, and wasn't came back to the addiction. Not as bad, but it was still like I had to stop. And there was this one time, there's one night where I actually like had like tabs like ready like for like later in the night like watching porn and stuff. But before I did, I was on YouTube before I actually started, and then and mind you, like God like spoke to me. Like I didn't even see it. Like it was just really mind blowing how like he just saw everything. I was on YouTube and uh, just a lot of like Bible Christian podcasts and everything, and explaining like how to be a Christian, like all like God, like when I was in my YouTube recommendation, and then I just thought to myself like, I think, like I know God's speaking to me, but I didn't see it because a lot of people don't see it, but I'm sure God always been has been there, but I just never saw it or I just refused to ignore it. But I finally saw him, and that was when the moment where I got into watching more YouTube on like on Bible podcasts and like about everything Jesus and Christian. So from there forth, I stopped watching porn. I didn't do anything anymore. So I've been celibate for about almost 3 months, which I know it's not like anything crazy, but for me it's a big deal because I just always felt like I was alone, and then like there's always that stigma where like I never told anyone because people might feel disgusted, like what's wrong with him, like what's wrong with me, like just being a weirdo, I guess. So I just felt alone, but knowing I had God, that came into my life, everything has changed. I see everything, and he's changed me for the better. Like he has like really helped me. He was missing. He was a person missing in my heart that I needed, and I love what he has done to me. I He has carried me. He has been there with me, and I don't even know how to even explain it. I am just so grateful that he came into my life because I was just like before God and Jesus, I was just like lusting a lot, and also just like having sex with like women and stuff like that, even though like I didn't want to do it or I felt bad doing it. I always felt guilty after, whether it's women or masturbation or anything. I always felt disgusted at the end because I felt I just felt like what was I doing? Like what am I doing this? And like I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but maybe people can relate to me. But like now I have bought a cross. I have like I just see the podcast, and the one that really has that opened me, that made me change the way I am and became a how I became a Christian, was Girls with Gone Bible. They're like they're like the main podcast that actually saved me, and I really want to thank them and thank the Lord and praise them because I would not be where I am today, being more confident and being just more like not judging other people and not lusting no more. And don't get me wrong, like I still lust, and it's like tempting, I guess. That's what we're looking at, temptation, and I know it's really difficult for everyone in general, but I still try to get away from it, and I've improved a lot. Like I don't really like go on like anything like that no more, and I don't know. I feel like more happier with my life because I was really like sad and depressed, and then like God just has just saved me, and this that he doesn't that he forgives all their sins is what really made me have more faith in him as well, because I have done a lot of bad stuff in the past and things that we're not proud of. But I'm still learning. I'm still a new Christian. Been like 3 to 4 months in. Um, I know I haven't. I just want to be like very honest. Like I haven't read like the Bible yet because I'm just like afraid. But I know I need to read it. I just don't know where to start or even get like a good Christian Bible. So it's difficult for me. But I do have verses like on my phone, and there's a verse that I really like. I just can't remember on top of my head. But yeah, there's a lot of good things that I wanna do, and I felt like I had to talk about my testimony because I'm sure like a lot of people have gone through this as well. Me being 30 years old, and there's like always and there's people that are younger than me that are experiencing this or were experiencing what I was experiencing, and I want God like to find them, or they should find God. Has like changed me. I know like God has always been there since day one. Like He loves all of us. Uh, we're all brothers and sisters, and I'm hoping to also get to this New Year's, like this last. Well, I guess like before this New Year's. The My goal was for these 3 months, the last 3 months of this year, is to get closer to God, and I do believe I did get closer to God, and He has done so much for me. And next year, I want to keep praising Him. I want to start going to a Bible study and start going to church, and just doing like so many things. Just God Almighty, like just do all things that is God like. Like I don't really. I used to dress like I was into fashion before. I used to dress just like the old the old like Gen I guess like Gen Z, that's what I'm trying to say. Like with baggy pants, with like sneakers, and I don't know, like maybe have like a more feminine side to it. And me being a man, like I know like I'm supposed to be masculine and not dress like with things that are not masculine. So God has shown me that I need to be more modest, because I know when people think of modesty or modest, they always think of like women. And but I think I mean it also goes into men. So I've been dressing like more modest for the past like 3 or 4 months, like maybe like more like old money, more like masculine. Cause I want to give that energy because I want to have kids. I'm looking for my future wife that also loves God and is also feminine and wears everything in modest. And yeah, like I don't know how to end this, but I'll just say God has helped me out a lot, and He has helped so many people, and I just love watching testimonies because I can relate to them. And then that's another reason why I wanted to bring my testimony forward, because there's like so many people that have been through like ugly past, different experiences and stuff like that, but God has found us all, and we've all been closer to Him, and still no one's perfect, and we all just have to keep following Him and like be more godlike. And yeah, like I'm still getting better. I'm still gonna keep doing what I can to get better with God and like just doing all this. So I'm not giving up no more. And I don't know, He gave me a sign to maybe make this testimony so that someone else can relate, and yeah, just someone that's in need. So I'm hoping I get someone to also do their testimony or get closer to God and just become more Christian like. And yeah, Thanks for watching. May God bless you guys and bless everyone. We're all brothers and sisters here, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.